What a cold and dreary day in South Carolina it is. Even though I am itching to get my garden started, we still have several weeks before it's time to start planting. So while we're waiting, we're going to reorganize the seed binder and gather up all of the seeds that are scattered all over the house in all kinds of different places and get everything organized so we can make planting season super smooth. If you didn't see my video last year where I created my seed binder, I'm going to link that here so you can go check that out before you follow along today. Let's go! The first thing I need to do is gather up all of my seeds from all over the house. I save a lot of my own seeds, and so stuff gets set out because I want to make sure it's all the way dry before I put it away so it doesn't form any mold, and then stuff just kind of gets everywhere. You know how it is. So I need to gather everything up, and then we can go ahead and start putting stuff back where it's supposed to be. So as you can see, this gets quite disorganized as the year goes on. I pull out packets to plant stuff, and then I'm not done yet, so I leave it out. I don't put it quite away, but then I don't come back and finish it. And stuff just gets kind of all over the place. So we're gonna get this reorganized, and that will help us stay on track for this planting season. These seeds didn't even make it into a container. They're just out there floating around. Let's see. Now, one of the things I have to think about as I am putting in my seed binder is I am planning to do plant sales this year, which I believe are usually at the end of March, beginning of April. So some of these things I may want to plant a little bit earlier so they're a good size for taking to the plant sale, like tomatoes and peppers. So I might do those in 2 different waves. This year I'm also going to add in some bright colored dates in here as well to kind of help me keep on track a little bit better too, so I can have like a section at a time. So here's my January sheet, and what I'll do is, give me one second, okay? I'll try to do like one small thing every day. So I might start like 5 cabbage seeds one day, and just do a couple things every day, just small, so I don't get overwhelmed by it. And I left some extra spaces here. I pulled out a couple of empty packets that I have, Genovese basil and the green cabbages, so that I can order those because I need to order some seeds too. Since I'm just reorganizing my binder and not starting from scratch, this only took me about 30 minutes to get this done. I just had to put stuff back where it belonged. There was one page of cool weather crops that were all the way in the summer crops that needed to be moved to their proper spot. But all in all, this really isn't a hard process, and it makes a big difference for getting your plants started. Alright, so now that I have my binder put together and reorganized, I pulled out the things that I need to order that are empty, that I would like to get more of. And now I have this all nice and organized. I need to go through all of my jars and make sure that I have all of them in my binder on a slip of paper like this. And this year I'm going to try something different. I'm going to organize the boxes that I have seeds in based on the time of year also, so I can pull out the early planting stuff and then pull out the stuff that gets planted at or right after the frost date, and see if that will help keep things more organized. I love to save bags like this for seed saving, or if you get those little mesh bags that like jewelry comes in, they're great. You just put it over the plant head, like if you're trying to save onion seeds, put it over so the flower is in here once it's done being pollinated. You just tighten it around, and then the seeds don't get lost on the ground. You can just cut the whole head off, and then you can shake the seeds out into the bag, and it's a great easy way to save seeds. So now I've got my seed binder organized. I'll just quickly run through with you here what I have. So I've got my January page. I've got my cabbages, broccolis, asparagus, cauliflowers, some of my herbs like fennel, basil, let's see what else we have here. Some onions, dill, and then I also have a note in for myself here to start my sweet potato slips. Then we have our February page. We've got a different kind of broccoli, and in February we start a lot of our peppers and tomatoes, so those are all in here. Spinach, lettuces. I threw February and March together because there's a lot of stuff that gets done in that time and it just kind of fit together. A lot more herbs that get done. We have rosemary, mint, catnip, parsley, oregano, and then we also have in here, where did I say, potatoes. So we'll start our potatoes probably mid-March or so. That kind of thing, we kind of look at the weather and kind of determine when we're gonna start it based on the year, because it can fluctuate so much here based on one year to the next. And then we also have some more herbs on this side, lots and lots of herbs and lettuces. Then we will get into April. April 6th, I believe, is our normal last frost date. So most of our summer stuff will start right after our frost date, or right close to it. So a lot of this stuff will get direct seeded into the ground once we're free of our frost date. So it's usually 2 weeks after our last frost date is when we start feeling safe putting stuff in the ground. So we have our cucumbers, our squashes, our beans, sunflowers, watermelons, cantaloupes, lots and lots of flowers. I added a lot of flowers this last year to my garden, and I hope to have more this year. I have seeds for purple okra. I didn't start those yet. And a couple more herbs, sweet potatoes, lots of squash, more and more beans, more watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydews. I need to write down some of these squashes I need to get. So I need to get spaghetti squash, butternut squash. I don't think I have those. We've got our pumpkins in here. Let's see. And then my last page here, I have just a couple of things that get planted late summer, early fall. So I have Brussels sprouts and some fall onions in here. And then I also have a note in here that we are going to restart our January stuff in June, July, August. So those are all marked on their packages when they start. So like my broccoli here, it says for the fall planting to start them June 29th. Every year I forget to start my fall seeds on time. So I put this note in here to hopefully remind myself to start my fall seeds. And then I have my winter rye that goes in the ground in November. So that is everything organized. And then I have my 2 boxes here. I have my cold seeds and my summer seeds. So those are gonna go in the closet for storage. This is gonna go in my desk. And that is how I get myself organized for starting planting season. Creating the seed binder is a really easy way for me to stay on top of my schedule and organization and not miss plants that I wanted to plant, because sometimes life gets crazy, especially with toddlers, and I miss stuff. So So having the seed binder all put together and organized makes it really easy to pull things out as we go along and not miss any of the seeds that I have boxed up and put away. Especially because I like to keep my own seeds, save my own seeds, and so I don't have them in little packets. I have big jars that I keep things in, so it's very helpful. Let me know if you have tried this or if you have a different method of keeping your seeds organized. One of my friends has one of the old card things from the library and uses that to organize her seeds. Let me know what you have and if you like it, if you don't like it, what works for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.